everybody. Welcome to day 3, Wednesday, of our Rock and Mud Week. I'm going to show you a rock collection that I have, and I'm going to show you how to make your own rock collection today. And I'm also going to make a mini mud puddle for you to do your sound slide with. But first I want to show you my settle jar, my sedimentary rocks. Remember how we had them form by all the layers going down to the bottom, and the heaviest things fall first. And today was Clara's birthday, so I added some extra gold glitter for the birthday girl in our settle jar. I think this is how excited she was feeling. She was so excited because it was her birthday today. She was so excited, and her emotions were like this. And then we watched all the glitter settle to the bottom. So we're going to do that, and we're going to take a deep breath, 3 big breaths, as we watch our settle jar settle down to the bottom. Ready? All the way down. I like how slowly they drift down to the bottom. The heaviest things are at the top. There's even some things caught up in the lid. Settling down. And then we have our fun mud song. There is dirt on my shirt and leaves in my hair. There's mud on my boots, but I don't care. Ready? There is dirt on my shirt and leaves in my hair. There is mud on my boots, but I don't care. We'll sing that again. There is dirt on my shirt and leaves in my hair. There is mud on my boots, but I don't care. To stomp in a puddle or hug a tree makes me so happy. Just look and see. We'll do that part one more time. To stomp in a puddle or hug a tree makes me so happy. Just look and see. Does it make you happy to do that? I went out today into the mud and soil around my house. It rained a lot yesterday, so I had some good mud to make, and I made my mini mud puddle. And I'm going to show you what we're going to do with our mini mud puddle in a little bit. First, I want to show you a little bit of my rock collection. My friend actually helped me make this rock collection because he loves rocks, and he goes to Arkansas, another state, and he digs these rocks out of the ground. And this is quartz. It's a very, very hard rock. And it forms in this really special way. It has this shape and these shiny, flat edges. And this one, he dug out of the ground. It still has some dirt on it. He cleaned it off. That's my quartz that he got and brought. And this one has a bunch of those tiny little pieces, all with that special quartz shape. Whoa, can you see? Oh, there's one there too. They're almost shiny and glittery. Not quite as shiny and glittery as a cut diamond would be, but they're hard, almost as hard as a diamond. This one's neat because on this side it just kind of looks like a hard piece of rock. It's just kind of gray. And then turn around and you can see how sparkly it is. All those different pieces of crystal inside. And I had some other little pieces of agate. Those would be like a slice of a rock, like the rock would be on the outside. And these ones people added color to make them look so bright. But some rocks really are that color because of the minerals that they're made up of. Different minerals, when they mix together or just on their own, have certain colors. And some can be bright greens or bright purples. And soft pinks. They can come in all those different natural colors. It's pretty beautiful. That's part of my little rock card here. R. R is for rocks. And there's a rock poem that's inside this tiny little mini book. And it says, can you say the rock rhyme? Black rocks, red rocks, blue rocks, green. Hard rocks, soft rocks, dirty rocks, clean. Ooh, look at that clean amethyst. They really cleaned that up to make it look so fancy. That's a cute little rhyme. And there really are black rocks, and there really are red rocks and brown rocks like this. And there really are blue. Remember the turquoise and the lapis from yesterday? And there really are green, like the malachite we talked about yesterday too. And there's even sodalite and sugilite that are purple and blues like those. So those are all different kinds of rocks, and they made them shiny by tumbling them. Sometimes they'll put them in this rock thing that spins and spins and spins and makes them really smooth and kind of a little bit shinier, but they really are those colors. So we'll say that rhyme one more time. Black rocks, red rocks, blue rocks, green, hard rocks, soft rocks, dirty rocks, clean. And there are really, really, really hard rocks. Diamond is the hardest rock. And then there's some soft, smooshy rocks. Sometimes I'll pick up a rock that I think is a rock out in my garden, and I go to crumble it up, and it's just some mud stuck together. So I crumble it up to make it into better soil. R is for rocks. Can you make that R sound? R for rocks. I'm going to read you this little book about rock collecting, and it shows how you can collect rocks. And people collect all kinds of things. People can collect seashells, special kinds of toys, sometimes even stamps, or special cards like baseball cards. But if you wanted to collect the oldest things on Earth, it would be rocks. Some of these rocks are, most of them actually, are millions and millions of years old. And here's kids collecting them. And one way to start a collection is just to look for the rocks around you. Look for different colors. You know that they come in lots of different colors. And if you look close, even if something just looks like a brown or gray rock, it might have different colors inside. A little closer if you look a little closer. Most kinds of rocks are easy to find, but some, like emeralds and rubies, emeralds and diamonds are so rare, and rubies are so rare that it makes them very expensive. That one has a big, big price tag on it. Because the more rare they are, the more expensive they are. Because they say if there's not many of them, we're going to make them very expensive. Now, some rocks are so soft, you can't even build with them. They almost like become powder. In fact, talc is a kind of rock that they make powder out of. So here's talc, and on this special scale that geologists use, that's scientists who study rocks, they say that this is the softest is talc, and that the hardest rock is diamond, and that all the other rocks are kind of compared to those two. Talc would be powdered. It would be almost like so soft it becomes powder, and then diamond, that nothing else, no other rock could even scratch it because it's so hard. And there's a picture of talc, and there's a picture of a diamond, glittery diamond. Do you know that rocks cover the whole earth no matter where you are? If you're on a city or a country farm, there's a rock under every ocean, lake, and river. All different kinds of rocks under where you are right now. And then we know that some rocks are formed by volcanoes, and those are called igneous rocks. And the quartz that I just showed you is a kind of igneous rock, and it's on the scale, and it's a 7. It's very hard, not as hard as diamonds, but harder than rock, like talc. So there's some of the crystal like I have. The other kind of rock I was telling you about yesterday is the limestone. And the limestone is from the sedimentary kind of rocks. And remember how all these layers form under this water. All the different kinds. Remember the heavier things float and go to the bottom. And millions of years, they layer and layer and layer. And they press down together. And slowly, those layers become sedimentary rock. Sandstone is one of them. If you ever go way out to Colorado, out in mountains out there, they just have big sandstone all around. And another is limestone. And this is the limestone near us, like that. And it's actually made out of shells of animals. And most of the limestone is white, but it can be tan, pink, and gray. Sometimes you can even see the outlines of the shells like fossils inside there. And when you use chalk, it's made out of limestone. And so is cement. And also, they even powder it up to make it into a special lime for people's gardens, because certain kinds of plants need the soil to have that extra little lime in there. And So they'll crush up that limestone rock, they will sell it to people, and people will put it around their gardens to help some kind of plants really need that kind of lime. There's also metamorphic rock, and that has changed over time from when it started as with heat and pressure. So here is, when you start your rock collection, you'll find how many different kinds there are. See if you can tell what kind, if they're igneous, sedimentary, or metamorphic. And here is different ways you can keep them. You can keep the small rocks in egg cartons, bigger rocks in boxes like this. Rock collecting is fun. And one of the best things about it is you can do it anywhere, wherever you go. Try to find new rocks and add them to your collection. Now, there are certain places, certain kinds of parks that they're like, this is a really special park, maybe a national park, and we really care about everything that's in here, and we want it to be the same so that no matter who comes, it stays the same so everybody can have the same special experience. So they're like, you can't always take rocks from those kind of places. Some places, they're just like, they really want to preserve it and keep it the same so that everybody anytime can go see it. So some places you have to make sure that you're allowed to take rocks from. You wouldn't want to take something you weren't supposed to. Even a rock. Now, we did some rocks. Now I'm going to show you some mud. And I made my mini mud puddle today. It's wet. It has wet soil in there. And I have my sound slide from yesterday. And before, when we did this, we made it with a pretend mud puddle. And now I'm going to do a real mud puddle. So I'm going to stick it in there. And I'm going to get a couple little things. And we're going to make the beginning sound, and we're going to make them go down the mud slide. So you can see, I'm going to scrape off the edge so you can kind of see them landing in the mud. Okay, I'm going to start with this one. It's a little mouse. Cute little mouse. And he's going to go down the slide. I'm going to start at the top, and we're going to make that sound. Can you make that sound? And here it goes down into the mud. Mouse in the mud. Oh, there's a mouse in the mud. Oh, you're going to stay over there, bud. Here comes friend. Somebody's going to join you. Here is, I was talking about my mudslide. Bird. Here it goes. Going to go Can you make that sound? And he's going to go down the slide. Boo! Into the mud. Now there's a mud mouse and a muddy bird together. Here comes another one. He's so cute. Look at this little guy. He's a little deer. Oh dear. Here you go. Let's make that sound. Down the mudslide. Boo! Into the mud. Now there's a muddy deer and a muddy mouse and a muddy. Remember the other one? Bird. And here we go. This one's even smaller. Here is a horse. So cute, that little horse. Makes that sound. H. Can you make that sound? Here he goes. Boo! Down into the mud. And now there's a horse and a deer and a mouse and a bird all in a mud. One more. I thought this was kind of funny. I found, remember the W from last week? I found George Washington. Washington. He was our first president. He was a leader. He's a very important person. And we're going to make him go down the mudslide. Here he goes. George Washington. Are you ready, George? Hold on tight. You might want to hold your nose. Here he goes. Down. Wow, plonk. Oh no, face first. Mr. Washington, president. There he goes. Into the puddle. Well, I don't think these guys are going to want to stay muddy. Sorry, George. So I think we should wash them. Wash George Washington. Get it? So I have a big bowl of soapy water and an old toothbrush. I hope it's an old toothbrush. I borrowed it from Jovina. She can't use it again. So make sure you ask before you grab a toothbrush. And we're going to take our muddy friends and we're going to scrub them up with our toothbrush and wash them off so they're nice and clean again. Here you go, George. Now you're all clean. Who else was in the mud? Remember who else was in there? Mud. We've got a little mouse in the mud. Oh, he's so muddy. I'm going to clean him off with a toothbrush. Scrub, scrub, scrub. There you go. Now you're all clean. And the horse. Scrub him up. Scrub, scrub, scrub. Scrub, 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 scrub. There he is. Who else? Oh dear. Oh dear. My little dear. Scrub him up. Dip him around. Oh, he's got soap in his eyes. Scrub. Here you go. And one more. Remember? The last one. Bird. Scrub him up. Scrub, scrub, scrub with your toothbrush. Make him nice and clean. There you go. All clean with my soapy water. It was kind of silly, fun to make them muddy, and then nice to make them clean again. That's something you can do inside or outside on a day like today when the sun is coming and going and you're not quite sure what temperature it is. You can make some mud fun inside. Just wipe your hands clean when you're done. There you go. Well, there you go, my friends. That was day 3. I will see you tomorrow. And on Friday, we are going to do our show and tell, and you can bring some cool rock things to share that day too. I will see you then, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.